So the first question is, I forgot to mention that each question is asked equally to all the candidates. How do you think you will deal with an overwhelming response from students who have problems and are coming to you to solve them? So I assume, how will you deal with multiple problems?
That's a great question. I know personally, being a VP of Commerce for the Student Society, this year we witnessed a professor with one of our courses that unfortunately didn't work out so well for students. We didn't gain the learning experiences that we expected. So many students did come to me on this matter, and also the current VP of universities on this matter. And I worked closely with the Dean and administration to help address this issue and help formulate a framework and a solution to it. So there's always going to be problems. I think a lot of people that know me knows that I'm always all over the place. I'm always busy, always replying to emails, always trying to assist where I can be in resolving these matters, because at the end of the day, I'm a student just like all of you here today, and I believe that what little part I can give in to rectify these solutions I must do. So.
Robert?
If I'm approached by a student with an issue that they have, the best thing from my own experience is to deal with it right away. Don't give it a day, don't give it 2 days. You deal with the issue right off the bat. Like the job that I currently have at York Region Transit, I deal with concerns on a daily basis. And the only way to get those concerns resolved is just by addressing it and then continue to follow up on it. And just keep following up on it until the issue is resolved. For example, our Student Society downtown campus was approached with a concern about the intersection of Athol and Charles. It's a 2-way stop, which should be a 4-way stop. So we were sent those concerns by students, and one of my friends, Dan Elmende, sorry, I don't think I pronounced his last name correctly, he right away spoke to the City of Oshawa to get that concern resolved on behalf of the Student Society. So in the end, I ended up going to a committee meeting with the mayor and council, and we actually had that passed. So now, Athol and Charles is going to have a full stop. So, as I said before, you got to deal with that issue right away, and you can't let it linger.
As I mentioned in my speech, I will be doing the problem solving, so it's in a revised matter, format, taking all my team along, and I will solve the problems in a specialized device methods. And as I think I'm more than a person, I'm more than welcome with your problems. Anybody can access me at any time, or you can contact me through Facebook, or you see me around in the campus. As a person, you can come with your problems. Even there are multiple problems, I'm more than happy to solve them. And as well, I personally feel the problem. Then before, in the nomination campaign, people who ask me what will you do for us? So I ask them, if you have any problems, please bring them to me. And as I will access the administration, I will work with them in a formal way to solve the problems. And I would like to do as better as I can do and make my best attempts. Thank you.
Thank you for the answer. So the second question, I'm going to begin with Ishlal. Unfortunately, Robert, you always get stuck in the middle. Societies are a rather new venture within the Student Association and are constantly changing. What role and importance do you see them as having for our students and the Student Association? So, Ishlal.
Societies are of critical importance. For every society is a representative of their own students. So if the So I think the societies are very essential for giving the presentation of that particular faculty or the students. So like I would work with the societies in a way that like they are more comfortable, and I would like if they have any problems or things like that, and if they have any advice or things for me, I would like to work on that, and I will ensure that like the societies work in a way that they are beneficial for the students and give their maximum output.
One of my goals, which is establish a centralized student culture that shares supports and promotes the vision of student advocacy. The way I'm going to accomplish that, if I'm elected VP, is to work with every student society that there is to promote student advocacy. Like, who is best to reach out to the students and the societies themselves? As far as I know, with the Social Science and Humanities Society, we have students from pretty much every program: communications, policy studies, I believe, criminology, and they know just like a plethora of students within our faculty. If we get every society to work together, we could then, at least as far as I know, create that that centralized student culture that I envision and see. So societies is very, very important, and I believe we need to work very closely with them in order to accomplish that.
Societies are a rather new venture within the Student Association and are constantly changing. What role and importance do you see them as having for our students and Student Association? Dwight?
This is a great question, and reflecting on my own time being part of the executive of the Faculty of Business and IT Student Society, I can tell you that student societies and like groups such as clubs will have to play an important role as part of the SA in the future. And the reason why that is that there's so much going on our campuses. We have the downtown and North Campus, that the groups of individuals that best know their students, such as, say, the social science and humanities student society, like they know the issues that are relevant to students downtown, and we must listen to those students. We can't feel that we disconnect different groups on campus. And I think we look around here, very poor attendance at this debate. And why is that? Because the essay is not relevant to students. So we must ensure that student groups, student societies that best know the students, because they're in the classes every day with them, are supported by the best capacity by the essay.
The last question is, how do you think you can help to foster a sense of pride in the reputation of UOIT? So, Dwight?
I think pride comes out of us being able to connect with students. I think once we have people that are able to be on the ground and show that they're representing the best interests of students as a whole, that's where pride starts to be built upon. I know being involved with many avenues and aspects of clubs. For example, I was at the North American Model UN a few weeks ago. Many universities in the States and from Europe there, and people were wondering, what UIT about? What's UIT about? And being present at those conferences and events is really what helps build our name for UIT and helps bring pride to UIT. And yes, that's externally. And there's Victoria Chow. Speaking. So it's very important that we encourage groups to go outside and explore, but it's also important that we listen to students and connect with students here and to build upon that. Pride doesn't come overnight. Building a sense of culture doesn't come overnight, but we must strive and begin to listen. I think listening is key. Getting down on the ground, going to lecture halls, which I've been doing or have always been doing, and just being out there. And we're building our own future here. We're building our own identity. It's not administration, it's not faculty, it's us as students. We're the ones that at the end of the day dictate where we want to go with this.
Repeating the question, how do you think you can help to foster a sense of pride in the reputation of UOIT?
I guess the first thing we want to send or foster pride and reputation is first to build the relationships we have on our campus. We need to become unified as a single student body. We can't be separated, because as far as what I've been told by other students when I was going around and asking them, what they would like to see changed, or what concerns they really have, it's the sense that students here and students downtown have been separated. So we need to unify. We need to become one unified student body, and that way if we go forth and with any kind of initiative, we have the entire student population that is supporting them. Just not a single society or a single club. And at least that way, with the full support of everybody, that is something to be very proud of. And that will promote student advocacy. And at least that way too, But I guess, more or less, it's just about building relationships and being unified as well. And that's something to be proud of. That's something that I would like to see. So.
That's what I like pride comes when you have something special or you have something new. So as for that, I have observed UIJ already something has university students have something special, so to be proud of, they already are latest in technology and things like that. So for the essay thing, if the essay works and creates such events which interact with not only this university, if it's possible to work with other universities, events involving students from other universities, and the UIT students work in a way better, create a better impression, that brings pride. The UIT students will be proud of themselves if they see better events, arrange better events, interact with more university students, and show them the abilities we have got and the special things we do have. And that will bring the sense of pride in us. So the essay has to work. I would like to work with essay to improve that nuance and bring that to us. That will bring pride for us. Thank you.